In this session, we will be discussing the hierarchical relationship in Salesforce. Now, let's talk about what it is. It is a simple but commonly forgotten relationship in Salesforce. This unique relationship can only be used on the user object, okay, on the user object, and is designed to create a hierarchy of users. For example, it could be used to create a lookup field for the user object, which can be used to list the user's manager. So for example, what I want to do is I want to have a hierarchical relationship field on the user object where I can select the manager of the user. Okay, let's say management would like to know the HR manager that is related to a user record in Salesforce. In that scenario, we can create a hierarchical relationship on the user object, and we'll just give it a name and then pick whoever the manager is. Let me go to a user object, okay, from this object manager and go to user. All right, and fields and relationship. So here we will create that hierarchical relationship. But let me also go to home and then user. Let me open a user record. Okay, users. And open any user, for example, test user. Right. And then click edit. Okay, so here, so we have this manager field. This manager field is what's called that hierarchical relationship. This is a default field created by Salesforce. All right, here what I can do is I can use this lookup and then select whoever is the actual manager of that user and then populate that value in here. All right. Or you can have custom fields here. This is just a regular manager, but in our scenario, we're going to be creating an HR manager field. Okay, so let me go and find that manager field here. You see, this is the manager field. This is the manager default field. And the data type is hierarchy. In our scenario, we're going to create a new field. And here we have this option to select hierarchical relationship. Remember, we don't have this option on other objects, guys. So let me go to other object just to show you. Let me navigate to account. And then let's say we want to create that relationship field on account. And you see here, we don't have the hierarchical relationship field. Similarly, if we go to our student custom object, all right, we don't have that option to select. Okay, you see, we don't see the hierarchical relationship field. It is only available for this user object. And here it is. Let's select that data type and click next. And I'm going to give it a name as HR manager. All right, child relationship name, HR manager. Click next. Let's make it, close that space. All right, we don't want to make it visible to all the profiles, so we'll just select these two. And click next. Add to all the page layouts. Click save. Now, if I navigate back to a user, okay, back to our users, let's select this test user and click edit and scroll down. There I have, no, I don't have it yet. Let me do a refresh. Oh, here it is. Okay. HR manager hierarchical relationship field that we have created. So here I can select, assuming this is the HR manager, I can create that, select that, and save here. All right. So that's the hierarchical relationship in Salesforce. Again, it is only available for the user object, but not for other objects. Now the question is, just because one user can be a manager of another user in Salesforce through that hierarchical relationship, does that mean that manager has more power or more privileges in Salesforce? The answer is no. Just because in this scenario, just because this user is the manager of this test user doesn't mean that this HR manager user has more privilege or that the HR manager user can do more things in Salesforce. Not necessarily, okay? It doesn't give any power. It just gives that hierarchy. All right? It just gives us the hierarchy. And for on the HR manager record, you could also select another user to be the manager of this user, okay? Okay, let's say the HR manager of this user is a different one. You can select it from there and from the available users, okay? So that doesn't give any power. It just gives us the hierarchy. What gives power, a little bit visibility or privileges in Salesforce is the roles. For example, if you give one user a higher role than another user, that does give some more visibility, which we'll cover in future sessions.